Welcome to Candid Conversations with Dr. Mayfield. Here's your host, Trevor Sharon.
Thank you for joining us today. We are really excited. This is just going to be a short podcast. We have a cool new announcement that Mayfield Counseling Centers and subsequently this podcast, Candid Conversations with Dr. Mayfield, has to shout out, really.
Should we just have I'm just thinking, as you said, update. We should have this, this breaking news bulletin that comes up on the news. Update. No, we're really excited about what's come across just our table and what we're able to offer. As many of you know, about a year ago, due to the need in our community, we became a 501c3 nonprofit. And what that allows us to do, one, is to expand our reach. We started Mayfield Counseling Centers to be provide quality access to mental health services and to do it in a way that's not going to break the bank. However, to run a business, we need a certain amount a month to pay our bills and overhead and that kind of stuff, but also to expand our reach. We're not just a counseling center, and I'm sure you've heard Trevor and I talk about this a lot, but we want to be in the community for the community. We've created a curriculum that's going to be in the D11 schools called Who Can Relate. We have this podcast. We're out speaking and training. There's a lot of things that we do that is beyond the counseling that we don't get paid for, and that's okay, but it's a give back to the community. And so part of the 501c3 is how can we create partners in the community to enhance and advance our reach. And so, Trevor, tell everybody what we're launching this week.
So ChangeTrust is an app that you can download on your phone, either Android or iOS. You can also go to changetrust.com and do it all through your internet browser. What it does is it connects you to your cause and to a bank account through several secured measures and allows you to round up your purchases. And so if you go to Starbucks and you buy a drink that is $4.53, 47 cents is going to be given to the cause. And that's represented on the first page of the app and the website, showing you what your roundups are. And at $25, that roundup, that total pool of roundups that you've accumulated, will be given to the cause that you've chosen. And all of that is tax deductible, but it's a really cool way for us to be able to do what we do. And instead of going to, the 5 people in the community who have all the money and are being asked by hundreds of people for money, we get to go to my parents, my friends, the high schoolers that we're reaching with the Who Can Relate curriculum, you who are listening to this podcast, and lower the threshold for what it takes to be a community impact partner.
Well, and think about this. All of us have a passion to help and to give back. And a lot of times we think, okay, if I can't give a certain amount of money, and a lot of times it might be if I can't write a check for $150 or $1,000, then why bother? It's not going to do much. The nonprofit's going to laugh at me if I give less than that. And this is not the case. This is saying that your $25 or $40 or $45 each month is going to pair up with somebody else's $25, $40, $45. And if we get hundreds of people to join the ChangeTrust app and sponsor Mayfield Counseling, now we have a community grassroots movement where we're able to say, you know what? We can give away more counseling. Mm-hmm. We can create more curriculum that we can give to the schools or give to churches. We can do more because we have more. And so if you think about it, the average ChangeTrust give each month is around $45. So if you do $45 times 100, that's $4,500 each month that can go to the cause. And if you go to 200, then that's 9,000. If you go to, and just go up from there. And so the more community members we get involved in this, even if you're out of state and you go, I really believe in what Mayfield Counseling is doing to break the stigma around mental health, to create access to better mental health. Our desire is that the things that we're doing aren't just going to stay in Colorado, that it'll grow based on need. And so if you want to be a part of that, we would really invite you to download the ChangeTrust app and begin.
And we are so grateful to you for listening to our podcast every week, every other week, whatever your schedule is. We appreciate being able to enter into conversation with you. And as we mentioned earlier, way early in this podcast, our goal here is just to be a free resource to the community. We want to be able to serve the community around us and promote quality mental health, not just through what Mayfield Counseling Centers is doing, but just in the larger community in our society, to be able to say that it's okay to talk about what we're going through and we shouldn't be hiding this. We talked a little while ago about how many of our teenagers are just choosing suicide as a coping mechanism or self-harm. And a lot of those kids need parents and family members and community members to be able to go ahead and say that it's okay to talk about our struggles. And we've seen the benefit of that through this podcast and through a lot of the trainings that we've had the opportunity to do as Mayfield Counseling Centers. Some of our staff in the fall is getting the ability to go into a school and teach about mental health and break the stigma around it, that it's only for crisis or it's only for crazy people, and kind of just talk about how mental health is something that we should all be focused on in the same way that we're focused on going to the dentist or going to the doctor for our checkups. It's an important part of living well and living a healthy life. And so your spare change has the opportunity to further that mission and to further the reach that we can have on this community and make mental health the same thing as seatbelts, where 50 years ago, nobody really used a seatbelt. And then there was a lot of conversation, a lot of dialogue around why we needed to do this. And now we don't even think about it. Right. It's just a part of our life.
So our challenge this month is that 150 people sign up in the month of June to participate in this ChangeTrust with Mayfield Counseling. You'll get you'll get monthly updates. You'll get access to what we're doing. And that ownership of what's happening in this community.
Yeah. So go to changetrust.com or go into the App Store or Google Play Store, search ChangeTrust, all one word or two words, you'll find it. You can go to our website, where on the top right we have a drop-down list called Get Involved, and you can find all the information there. And as always, feel free to reach out at candid@mayfieldcounseling.com to ask questions if you have any, or to say, I can't get involved in this, but how can I help you promote what you are doing and further your reach through my network.
Thanks for listening.